This is, I don't know, our fourth or fifth segment today, and so far we've been doing all whiskeys. So
Yeah, this is a departure.
yeah, my tongue's a little fried from that. So not not that I would be able to tell you much anyway. I'm only here because I own the gear. That's it. That's the whole ball of wax right there. Coming to you live from my home studios here in Greenville, South Carolina. This is Beer to Whiskey, and I am Russ Heaps. And joining me today is my good buddy, Big John Richards. And this is one of our Big John and Five episodes. Typically, John picks the beer, but, John essentially did pick this beer because I bought it at a place where he chooses the beers. And we sniff it and we taste it and we kibitz about it and we drink and we get to drink the beer. So I don't know how it gets any better than that.
It's certainly on or near the top of the list.
I would say so. So John, what is this?
So we have beer from Lakefront Brewery, which I was surprised to find out that it's 34 years old. I suspected it was 20 or 25, and it's been going on since 1987 up there in Milwaukee. So they've really, I mean, they've been part of the beer scene for a long, long time, and they just don't have that giant footprint that some of the other big breweries have. But these guys have been making really good beer for a very long time. In fact, the first thing I remember tasting from them is a gluten-free beer, which was the first time I ever thought a gluten-free beer was even worth pouring into a glass instead of just directly onto the ground. And so that caught my attention. So what we've got in front of us today is they make a pumpkin lager every year that they are famous for. That's superb. And this is a pumpkin ale at 13.5%, aged in brandy barrels, which is a super neat combination. They're this combination made in heaven, and I can't wait to taste this thing. The big beer and the brandy barrel. I can't wait to get into it and find out what it's really going to actually taste like.
Well, let's not stand on ceremony,
Right.
John.
Let's go.
Let's get
Let's
moving.
get right into action here.
Old buddy here has been opening beers in my family for, I don't know, close to 70 years.
Oh yeah, I was about to say 50 years. I'm underestimating everything today.
You are.
Yeah, it's I poured that pretty hard and still didn't get much in the way of head there, which is another sign of a big beer.
Man, I can really.
Yeah, it's a wafting across the room.
Holy cow. That is huge. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Well, at 13.4, you know it's big.
Oh yeah. Clean on the bottom of the bottle, no sediment down there. So it's a clear find out beer. Let's taste it. Let's see what happens.
Text Miss Lily.
Here's to you. Wow. Oh my goodness, what a nose on that.
I know, but I'm getting some alcohol and I'm getting some bread. I'm getting like bread. Getting like
pumpkin
pie
bread,
crust.
pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
And not like allspice and cinnamon and nutmeg.
Right.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, real fresh pumpkin pie.
Wow, that's nice.
Ooh. Ooh, you can taste that brandy. Oh, man. In front of that's all those big brandy,
Yeah.
boozy, brandy, plummy, spicy notes up front. And it settles right into that big pumpkin pie thing on the finish.
I'm gonna have to have a few sips before this is, I don't know, our fourth or fifth segment today, and so far we've been doing all whiskeys. So
Yeah, this is a departure.
yeah, my tongue's a little fried from that. So Not that I would be able to tell you much anyway. I'm only here because I own the gear. That's it. That's the whole ball of wax right there.
Russ, your palate has come such a long way in the years we've been doing this.
I will have to admit
It's-
it has.
It's magical. It's wonderful to see.
Apparently you can teach old dogs new tricks.
Man, I just want to keep smelling this thing. It smells like fall.
Look at the lacing on
I
it.
know, yeah. Which is impressive for a beer with this light amount of carbonation. Wow, that is a bunch of Thanksgiving dinner in a glass.
The only reason why we have these to do this with today, where are we, the 13th of December or something today? 15th of December? Something like that.
Something like that.
Well, I could look right here
Have you?
if I could read it. 14th. The only reason why we still have this is I bought this to take to some friend's house for Thanksgiving dinner, and I was too sick on Thanksgiving to go, so all of this stuff just didn't go anywhere. It stayed here. This is putting it to better use probably than just
Well,
going over there and guzzling it down.
It depends. I mean, anytime someone gets to enjoy it, it's being put to good use. We get to spread it around a little, spread the gospel, as it were.
I suppose.
Right?
Well, it is on the back of my shirt.
It is. It is. That's a good motto. Yeah, this stuff in particular is pretty hard to find. I was really surprised that we got any of it at all, and I think we did because I'm friends with the distributor.
Right.
And we got one case. So
I wish I had bought, I think there was another 6-pack there. I wish I'd bought it.
this is fun, and this is something that probably could sit around and age longer and just get better. Even though there's that big discussion that we've had, and we've had it multiple times, about if a beer's already been aged, and this beer's already been aged in brandy barrels, is it time to drink it right now, or should it sit around and mature any longer? And the answer is yes. So it's time to drink it now, and it can sit around and mature longer.
So I actually tried one several weeks ago when I first bought these. But now I still have 2 left, so I'm going to stick it down. I have a little aging fridge down in my office, so I'm going to stick those last 2 bottles in there.
Yeah, I bet this would be drinking right as rain next Thanksgiving. That's gonna be a treat. Normally, with a beer this big, we don't get this far down into it during the course of our 8 or 10 minutes sitting here.
Right.
And this has gone down really, really easy for a 13% beer. That's scary.
Which is scary. I was just going to say that's a little scary.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything else?
Cheers to Lakefront. I mean, good job keeping on for as long as they have, and they're still independent. They're
Really?
still, yep.
Good for them.
Yep. Been 35 years doing it and managed not to sell out to anyone, and that's great. I always love supporting those guys, and I always love getting their beer down here. So look them up if you haven't given them a chance before. I've yet to be disappointed by any of their beers, and they have a 40 or 50 deep lineup of beers that come out from time to time. So
I suspect if you're in Michigan or Minnesota or Wisconsin,
yeah,
any of those states, any of the Great Lakes states, probably maybe Pennsylvania as well, you can probably, Illinois, you can
probably find just about all of it.
Yeah. So it's well worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Right on.
All right.
Let them go. Cheers.
So damn lucky. See you next time.